Hey everybody, want to do a demo. This is another AKAI GX-625. This thing was made, this model was made between 1980 and 82, and its distinct characteristic is this counter here. And that does a few things. And I'll show them as we go along. But I'm starting here in the middle of the tape. First thing you should always do is set everything to 0 on your counter. And then start your sound feed here. So this is set to 0. That's going onto the tape. That's coming off of the tape. Let's try that again. That's the source. That's what's coming off of the tape. That's what's reproduced. It's hot. So do that. Let's get a mic check out of the way. Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2 3. This is the left channel. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. This is the right channel. Testing 1 2 3. Test. This is one of the decks that has some of the other neat things about this is that the needles. The meter needles and the background lamps are a kind of a shade of green, which is kind of neat. These buttons actually light up here. You can see the pause, record, the play flashes, waiting because it's in pause. And all of them light up except for the stop button. So let's see. Let's hit stop, and we're going to. What do we want to do here? We're going to hit the. One of these is play. And it'll automatically stop at 0 and play. So let's listen to what we just recorded. But it's gonna start rewind all the way to 0 and then play all the way forward until the end of the tape. Boy, that's hot. Oh, there we go. So that's what the play. There's a repeat, a play, and a stop. Those 3 buttons on the left. This one on the right, you can set it to a time. That's minutes, 1 2, minutes and seconds. Testing 1 2 3. This is the left channel. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. This is the right channel. Testing 1 2 3. So that's what the play does. The stop does something similar, but it just doesn't play. It rewinds back to 0. It just stops. Now the repeat, I'm going to hit repeat, and as soon as you hit repeat, where it was on the counter, it's going to go back to 0, and then repeat. It's going to play, and it's going to keep doing this. Wherever that counter was, I didn't look. When I hit the repeat button is where it's going to jump and rewind and start playing. Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2 3. Hopefully I did it soon. Left channel. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. This is the right channel. Testing 1 2 3. There you go. And it'll do that until you die of old age. This thing also, the other cool thing about this, the volume knob has got the green hash marks too on the pitch, the timer, and the output. It's got the pitch control, which is really good if you're trying to take some old tapes and put them onto another medium, computer, or whatever. And the tape deck that you had recorded them on, or the tapes are a little bit stretched, the pitch is just a little bit different. That's when you really want to, you can really take advantage of a pitch control. Okay, that is kind of about it on there. Let me turn this off. Let me just go through some rewind. Rewind, braking, fast forward. The motors, the Capstan motor, everything has been taken apart and lubricated. All the pots have been cleaned with Deoxit D5, and then after a dry, the fader lube switches to the belt. It has a belt in here for the counter, and that's been replaced. It's in really good shape. There are a couple of flaws on this thing. The guy who had this last, let me just do some more braking here. Pinch roller is in excellent shape too. There's no dents. Sometimes you see dents in these things, and it's kind of weird, but that's all good. For however it happened, the volume knob got broken off. So I did replace the volume pot in here with the one out of another 625. There was some damage here. There's a little bit of a dent here in this part of the faceplate, okay? You know, there's a dent there, a tiny dent. I've taken a picture of it. There's a little ding here. And over on this side, around here, you know, sometimes these microphone cables got some big, bulky, stupid thing on there, and if it gets pushed in too far, or however it happens, there is a couple of ring scratches here, a couple of ring marks, and just a very light stuff over here, just a couple. But there's no real marks, there's no real scratches or anything. It's this, and a couple of spots over here is really the only cosmetic issues it has. And there's a little dinky, tiny little dent here that I guarantee you cannot see it from where you're sitting. But in the pictures on the eBay listing, you should be able to see them. The other thing that's noteworthy, these are the original AKAI nab adapters. They are not in the best shape. There's a pin missing in one. They each have 3 pins. That's how they lock. One has been repaired. Actually, they've both been repaired with 2 different repairs. If that, I'm talking in circles, I know, I apologize. They do what they're supposed to do. However, one, let me just get them off here and I'll show you. Also, if you're not familiar with the AKAI nabs, they kind of clamp onto the spindle. So they're held down by the center spindle, a little twist, spring-loaded twist lock. And they're also, this inner ring actually clamps, it actually clamps onto the spindle, which is nice because not a lot of them do that. The TX don't do that. I don't know about some of the others. Most of them, like the Tandberg here, they've got something else. They're more like this thing, just something simple. But these things you can twist, and they come off. You have to twist this inner ring and then unlock it there. Now the problem, I don't know if you can see that, there's 3 little pins here. This one's missing a pin. It's not too big a deal, but if you were to try real hard, you can actually untwist this the rest of the way, and the other pins will become missing as well. So that is the deal with that. You just have to be careful with them. Frankly, they're too good to throw away. I mean, they charge good money for them. The other problem with this one is the screw holes pulled through. So the guy had taken it off and rotated and put it back on. So they're not in the best of shape. They do what they're supposed to do, but I wanted to mention that. Anyways, sorry I'm talking in circles a little bit. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to leave a comment. I didn't understand what the hell you were talking about, Tim. Can you please elaborate? Feel free to do so. I don't mind at all. Anyways, I appreciate your time, and you guys, thanks as always. Take care, everybody.